Sariputta's Vindication, accepting mistakes with a tolerant heart. The main themes of this story are peace of mind and tolerance. Throughout the story, the monk Sariputta's calmness of mind and his way of dealing with the situations he faces are emphasized. Sariputta responds to any situation calmly and tolerantly, without being swayed by complaints or anger. Moreover, even when faced with misunderstandings or accusations, he resolves the situation with a compassionate attitude, without resorting to anger or retaliation. This story also teaches the importance of acknowledging one's mistakes and correcting them. The accusing monk ultimately admits his mistake and apologizes. This opens the path to reconciliation and understanding. Overall, this story emphasizes the central Buddhist teachings of compassion, tolerance, self-reflection, and the value of maintaining peace of mind. These elements suggest a path for personal growth and coexistence. Story. It was a long rainy season. During that rainy season, the monks would cease going out, a practice called ango, and it was customary for them to stay in one place and devote themselves to their practice. Sariputta, the chief disciple of the Buddha, was spending the ango period at Jetavana Monastery in Sravasti. Eventually, the rainy season ended, and one day after the ango had passed, Sariputta visited the Buddha. And after reverently bowing to the Buddha, he said,
"World-honored one, the ango has ended. I am thinking of setting out on a journey to teach in various countries as soon as possible. May I depart?"
Sariputta, do as you see fit.
The Buddha answered, showing his trust.
"Thank you very much. Well then, I will depart immediately."
And so Sariputta set out on his journey. However, shortly afterward, a monk came to the Buddha and expressed his indignation, saying,
"World-honored one, Sariputta insulted me and left on his journey without so much as a greeting. To the other monks, he greeted them with words of encouragement and advice about their practice. But he deliberately did not offer me any such words. And I heard him say something like, 'It's meaningless for the incompetent to practice no matter what they do.' This is bullying and an insult to me. I, too, am a respectable monk. I diligently engage in practice every single day. I, too, am someone who should be treated with respect. How can such a thing be tolerated?"
That is not good. Monk, then go and call Sariputta back, saying that I have summoned him.
The Buddha said. The monk flew out of the monastery and immediately went after Sariputta.
"Hey, Sariputta, the world-honored one seems to have something to say to you, so return to the monastery. This is the world-honored one's order. Seeing as how the world-honored one went out of his way to ask me, a diligent monk, he must have considerable expectations for me. And he seems to be quite angry with you."
Understood. If it is the world-honored one's order, I will return in any case.
When the monk returned with Sariputta, the two chief disciples, Moggallana and Ananda, ran around the monastery telling the monks,
"Everyone, come out!
Everyone, please come."
Venerable Sariputta is about to give a wonderful explanation in front of the world-honored one."
This was because Sariputta was famous for his magnificent Dharma talks. The monks were looking forward to Sariputta's splendid discourse. So they all gathered where the Buddha was. Eventually, Sariputta returned with that monk, and he sat down in front of the Buddha, surrounded by many monks. Then the Buddha said to Sariputta,
Sariputta, this monk is very angry with you. He says that you insulted him and left on your journey without even greeting him. Is this true?
Sariputta straightened his back, sat up, and quietly replied,
"World-honored one, if there were someone who did not conduct himself prudently as a monk, that person might insult someone he practiced with or start spouting nonsense."
Sariputta glanced at the monk in question, then looked around at the surrounding monks and said,
For example, even if defiled things or excrement were thrown upon the great earth, even if spit, pus, or blood were poured on it, the earth would never become angry or ashamed because of that. I, too, strive to maintain a mind as vast and expansive as the earth, endeavoring to keep my mind free of resentment or harm toward others. I believe I am making an effort to conduct myself prudently as a monk. Even if the filthiest words were hurled at me, I would not be perturbed in the slightest, for I always wish to maintain an unshakable mind, like the earth.
Sariputta puffed out his chest and continued speaking with dignity.
World-honored one, water also drinks in both the pure and impure, washing away both the clean and unclean without becoming angry or ashamed. Fire, too, burns up both the pure and impure without becoming angry or ashamed. The wind also blows away both the pure and impure without being perturbed. Even a broom in the garden sweeps away both the pure and impure without becoming angry or ashamed. I, too, strive to maintain a mind as vast and expansive as those, endeavoring to keep my mind free of resentment or harm toward others. I believe I am making an effort to conduct myself prudently as a monk. Even if the most impure words were hurled at me, I would not be perturbed in the slightest, for I intend to maintain an unshakable mind.
In the face of Sariputta's sonorous vindication, the monk in question gradually shrank and became small. And finally, unable to bear listening to Sariputta's words any longer, he stepped forward in front of the Buddha, bared one shoulder, bowed deeply, and said,
World-honored one, I was mistaken. The fault lies with me. I had strayed from the Buddha's path, yet I spoke ill of Venerable Sariputta. World-honored one, please acknowledge my error as an error. I am prepared to accept the consequences of my actions in the future.
Monk, you were mistaken. You accuse the innocent Sariputta. However, if you acknowledge your error as an error and confess honestly, we will accept it, so that you may avoid bad consequences in the future.
The Buddha said. The Buddha then turned to Sariputta and said,
Sariputta, forgive this foolish one. Do not use your supernatural powers to split his head into 7 pieces.
World-honored one, as long as this monk repents his error, what more is there for me to say? I only wish for us to diligently engage in practice together from now on.
From the eyes of the monk, who placed both hands on the ground and trembled, large teardrops spilled out, moistening the earth. This story offers many lessons to modern people as well. The main lessons are as follows. First, the importance of maintaining peace of mind. In the story, even when faced with various criticisms and misunderstandings, Sariputta is depicted as maintaining his peace of mind. In today's busy society, we face stress and difficulties daily. This story teaches us the importance of dealing with these challenges calmly and tolerantly. Second, the importance of tolerance and understanding. Despite the misunderstandings and criticisms against him, Sariputta forgives his critic and promotes reconciliation. In modern society, misunderstandings and conflicts occur frequently, but this story demonstrates the value of seeking reconciliation through tolerance and understanding. Third, self-reflection and growth. In the story, the scene where the accusing monk acknowledges his mistake and apologizes illustrates the importance of self-reflection. For modern people as well, reflecting on one's actions and thoughts and admitting mistakes when necessary is essential for personal growth and improving relationships. Fourth, the pursuit of inner peace. The scene where Sariputta expounds on the importance of maintaining peace of mind encourages the pursuit of inner peace. In modern life, we tend to be swayed by external stimuli and information overload. But finding and maintaining inner peace is crucial for mental health. Fifth, empathy and building relationships. Towards the end of the story, reconciliation emerges between Sariputta and the monk. This illustrates the importance of building better relationships through empathy and understanding. In modern society, too, empathy and mutual understanding are essential for building trust and cooperation. In this way, through ancient teachings, this story provides insights and guidance for dealing with the challenges modern people face in daily life. The power of peace of mind, tolerance, self-reflection, and empathy continues to have a meaningful impact on people's lives, transcending time.